Hello, everybody, and welcome to Pardon Will Live. It is 8:30 on a Sunday evening. You know how we do. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Yeah, jabronis, we have a very special episode tonight. We're going to be talking all about the current events, the things that are happening. If you haven't scoped in on some of those clips on internet yet, don't worry. We're not going to show any of the important ones, just the ones that don't matter, because they're a lot funnier. And so that's probably what we're going to be doing tonight. And with me, as always, is my co-host Alex Rainiello coming in hot. Alex, how? Oh, I just kicked him up. Now he's back out. My bad. Already with the tech. Already with the tech difficulties. That's how we roll, man.
Coming in hot.
How you do? You survived the storm. I see you made it through.
You kicked me out like I stormed you with a weapon as an ice.
I know. I noticed one in the back of your pocket, so I figured I'd just go and get you out of here real quick.
And in the front. You know what I mean?
That's right. Man, you made it through. You doing okay?
Yeah, how we doing, brother? Before I put on my my sweater behind me because my nipples are hard, make Orwell fiction again is the way we're coming in tonight.
No kidding. Jeez Louise.
Yep.
It's
good to see you, bro.
It's getting very Orwellian out there. And we made it through the winter storm. Still have my internet and power. Seems like you still have yours. And to be honest, I don't think it was anything to write home for us. This is just kind of normal. It's the southern people dealing with it. But anyway, Alex, I don't know if you know this. I think you do. We're a very special episode tonight because we have an additional guest, Jon Gentino, coming in hot. If I can get that to work right. There we go. Oh, kicked him off again. Everything's low. You got the same treatment, John. Sorry about that.
No worries. What's good?
Good, man. Everything's lagging on my screen. So when I click it and it doesn't do it instantly, I'm like, oh, something's wrong. And then I just click it again and kicks it off. John.
No problem, man. It's an honor to be here. I'm excited to talk about a lot of these topics. I haven't been keeping up like daily like I used to, but it's all right. Before this, I watched about a half hour of Instagram reels with the hashtag Minneapolis shooting. So I pretty much understand everything that's happening now.
Yeah, that's really, to be honest, that's all you really do need to know to understand it. It's not complicated. Matter of fact, I tweeted today not to get super deep into it, but I was like, because there's a big argument on Twitter being like, are you 2A? Are you pro-gun anymore? Are you anti-immigration? Are you pro-immigration? Are you pro-ICE? Are you anti-ICE? I was like, none of these are all philosophies. None of these actually matter. It's just teams. It's just tribal.
Exactly.
Are you on my team or are you on their
football?
team?
It's exactly.
Principles are, I don't understand why people keep thinking principles are matter. It's just an ideological bent in a tribe. None of it. We'll get into it. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves because we normally not normally start off doing this thing where let me see if this changed anything. Start off doing this thing where we start with a clip of affluent white female liberal. And so I've got one. This one actually goes back. I have a ton that are recent, especially with Minneapolis popping off. But this one is a bit old school. And I wanted to start off with that because I think talking about right and left dynamics, Republican versus Democrat, right and left concepts, it's easy for especially libertarians, people in our camp to go, it's not left or right, it's the state versus you, which is absolutely true. But sometimes it is kind of left or right, and we're going to get into that, at least my point of view. There's definitely some left and right involved. And so I got the perfect clip that has to do with the storm and an awful white affluent liberal women. So take a look at this one. I don't know if you guys remember this guy. Here we go. Ready?
Go ahead, MAGA. Admit it. When you see California burning, you're like, yeah. You know why I know that? Because every time I hear a hurricane's coming or a big-ass tornado, I always say, please, please, let it only hit the white trailer courts.
I love the fact that she's so affluent. She calls them trailer courts, like it's a friggin' neighborhood. Like
I've never heard that expression.
No, you haven't, because you know it's trailer parks because you're not an affluent white liberal woman. That's friggin' why. Oh man, I love this clip because it seems to tell a lot about. And to be honest, there is a lot of this, where it's just like, we know you're evil. You want to know why? Because we're evil. And you're like, no, I don't wish that on Californians. I don't know. Is that just me, or do you guys are like, yeah, no, we should watch California burn all the time because of these people, those people.
I
No,
started.
I'm. Go ahead.
No, you go.
I mean, people like this. When I see them, it's hard for me to really believe that they're real. I know that they are, but she probably doesn't do much outside, and she watches one channel, right?
Yeah.
Like a lot of the boomers, like my father included, like they still just watch their channels, and like so that's probably what those commentators on there are saying.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past all those panels to be saying like they're happy that it's hitting California and all that, and she's just going with it.
Yeah, no, I understand that, the boomer philosophy all too well.
It's like one of those things. The Catholic in me like wishes nothing but safety and well-being for people, but I'm also silently rooting for California's demise, whether it's the Clower and Piven strategy or just like full-on like territorial land grab through burning.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so there is a Christian philosophy behind that. I brought this up last week when it was just me solo. There's a Christian philosophy. It's like the dogs will return to their vomit, and sometimes you just need to kick the dust off your shoe. You do the best you can, but if they don't want your help, then you can't force your help on them. And so part of me is like I like justice and consequences sometimes. So when you do something stupid, it's actually good for you to reap some consequences from that. That's actually a side of righteous mercy. Is you do something like when I do something stupid, I'd like to learn from that before I do something larger that's even stupider. And since I didn't learn my consequences the first time, I have to deal with repercussions that are actually serious, which we are definitely going to get into tonight. And so I think about that a lot, like the Christian in me. I don't want California to burn. But I also would be fine if Mom Donnie got his way. And New York just became a complete utopia. Like we all know that's exactly what would happen.
I just think if you're willfully ignorant and you're retarded enough to vote for something against your own will, your own well-being, I think you deserve to sleep in the bed that you made. So
yeah,
any undue punishment that comes to New York, I think people have to like sleep in it full cloth.
Yeah.
And when you dangle free shit in any election, whether it's midterm, mayoral, gubernatorial, whatever, you're going to flock the worst of the worst. It's the lowest common denominator kind of negotiations.
Yeah. No,
you guys say over under 6.5 medications that she's on?
I'm going to have to go
great
over,
question.
Man.
6.5 is a good line. You think so?
Think?
Like different ones? 6.5 at a time?
Are we talking like morning wine glasses as part of medication? Because
no, we're talking straight pills. So we're talking SSRIs, anti-anxiety.
Sniffing your cat's asshole. Yeah.
Yeah, there's probably some arthritis ones in there too. I mean, she's a boomer.
She looks like the co-runner from that Uber Eats commercial with what's his face? I can't
commercial.
I'm blanking on his fucking face.
Jesus, no, you sound like a boomer. Get out of here.
Yeah.
The one thing I am proud of her by. So let's go in because we make fun of her because it's easy pickings. But let's do something really kind here.
The eyes tell a lot, man.
It does. But she's not wearing a mask, so that deserves like a round of applause for her because she's made it to the next stage.
She looks like she takes Miralax.
Well, she's probably on the she's probably crapping her pants right now, man.
She's dropping stones. She's pushing stones.
She probably is. We're done with that. Let's get her off the screen.
She'll get her dick kicked in somewhere else.
Anyway, the reason why I did pick that one because it was old. We have the storms coming through, and so I thought it was a bit relevant. But because I do want to chat about this, and this is going to be an overarching theme of the whole evening. We all know the trope. It's not left versus right, state versus shoe. And there is some that's true, but there's a big difference between left and right. And we're seeing those lines, I think, personally get larger. And again, it's not principle left and right, it's tribal left and right.
Mm-hmm.
And the difference between that, I don't know many right wingers who are like, yeah, no, California should burn, call them liberal. I know there's like drifters out there and commentators who are like, yeah, these stupid left wingers, they should all die. But they're really a minority. And the amount of left wingers I saw week on my Twitter feed alone that were just wanting MAGA to die. Now, let's be fair. The majority of them was ICE. But there was like a good 40% of the videos were like, if you voted for this, I hope you die. And I was like, Jesus, like this is there's a staunch difference between right and left, man. It's undeniable. I don't think let me get your opinion on this. When people say right and left, I'm not talking about politicians. I don't think there's a distinction between right and left politicians at all. I think if they were to swap seats, you wouldn't even be able to really tell. But
you know how you can tell?
How?
Whoever drops their knees faster for APAC.
Is there a right and left distinction? It seems like
it's mostly Republicans.
Okay, yeah, maybe that's true. Maybe that's the only dividing line.
I'm riffing on Ralph Nader. I didn't mean to ruin your flow.
Oh no, that's great. Anytime we get a chance to rip on Ralph Nader, sex dude, a good chance. We should always go for the fences on that one.
Great chance. Yeah.
But that was it. That's always the thing I run into with libertarians is like if you pay attention close enough, there's a cultural difference between right wingers and left wingers. Mm-hmm. And it's a lot of times it's this. And to be honest, I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag. I think it has a lot to do with faith. Not completely, but I think it has a lot to do with faith. And kind of like how you were like, the thing I want to do is this, but my Christian self says this.
It's all intertwined.
If you don't have that my Christian self thing, then all you're doing is like, yeah, I hope they all die. So there's that holding that thing back.
It's the fence and the open pasture analogy. It's like if a liberal buys that property, they're quick to tear the fence down. But if Republican, or a conservative buys it, they want to find the etymology why it was built there in the first place.
Yeah. Do you know where that comes from? Not the flex.
No, I don't.
It's G.K. Chesterton.
Is it really Chesterton?
Yeah. Chesterton brought that up. He has multiple different fence analogies, but that's one of them. When you get to a fence in the woods, always ask why is it there before you rip it down.
Kids at home, if you're in public school and you're disgusted about it, ditch the Shakespeare and pick up Chesterton.
Yeah, no kidding. No frigging kidding. So this next thing last week, I talked a lot. Matter of fact, I didn't realize how relevant it was going to be, because it happened that day with the protesters going into City's church, and I covered it because it happened a few hours ago, and I freaking got real passionate about it. Like I was pissed, and mostly I was like, this is going to get real bad real quick. Like it's one of those thresholds where I was like, they're not protesting ICE anymore. They're just protesting Christians. And to me, that was a weird line drawn in my head. Like when you go from anti-government to anti-other people, you're like, oh boy, this is friggin' wild. This gets wild real fast. And then we finally got something that's never happened. We did get some arrests, guys. It ended up being like a large story that week. And we got some arrests. I wanted to share this real quick.
Did Bondi finally get somebody?
Yeah, it was the first person, dude. It was people on Twitter were like, "It's happening," and I got some bad news for you guys. But we'll go and take a look at this tweet real quick. Is it pulling up? Here we go. Holy smokes! Court filings just revealed that the anti-ICE agitators who stormed Minneapolis church blocked the stairs so parents couldn't get their children. And even yelled at the kids' faces, "Do you know your parents are Nazis?" All right, let's be honest. If the kids really do have base parents, they're like, yeah, like, my parents are base, bro. That would probably have been the reaction. And then it says, throw them all in prison with Don Lemon sick. This is who is this guy? Eric Daughtry. I follow him, and he's a news guy. He's a bit of a shill. No offense.
Don Lemon is vile, man.
Dude, okay, I went off on Donnie
even before
Boy.
This. It always made me queasy, and it's like, but if you were to choose a reporter that would do something like this, you'd probably be able to guess him in the first couple ones.
Him and Cuomo. I have a hard time. Him and Cuomo. I would say, there's another guy. I forget who is. He always pops up on my feed, but he never leaves the studio. The bald guy, Brian Stelter. But he doesn't leave anything. He's too.
Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah, Mr. Potato Head.
He just takes up space like a bad fart.
Yeah, but old Donnie Lemon, man, he's been doing man on the street stuff because his failed career, and so it was only a matter of time. This feels like a Ashley Sinclair moment. I don't know if you know anything about her. She got pregnant with Elon Musk's baby, and then she just lost it, and I think it had a lot to do with the money. Yeah, I know. Weird, right?
Oh shit.
Can't believe that. And now she's
like a goldfish.
Dude, full blown lefty. She's talking about trans and the baby. Yeah, totally off the rails. And
I don't like that.
It has a very much a Don Lemon vibe, where he's like kind of like just a grifter, and then he went to Man on the Streets, and it radicalized him to be even more of a grifter, and now he's barging into churches and be like, I'm just a reporter. But don't you think these people have a right, the free speech right, to disrupt your church? You're like, bro, you're just an agitator now. Anyway, he apparently court filings were against him, but two of the people who organized the protests got arrested, along with the crazy meth head guy who was in there yelling at children about their lattes and their white privilege. Did you guys see any of those clips? I'm not pulling them up. Yeah, almost everybody in their mom. I can't imagine a more unlikable figure. This is a problem these protests are having. They're not getting anybody who's likable.
Did he pee in their matcha?
He probably did. He probably is a barista. He probably peed in it, and that's how you know they're going to be there. Dude, the guy's voice is gruffy. He looks awful, and he actually looks kind of scary. He definitely looks unhinged. The left has got to get better people to do this, because they got Don Lemon and a meth head.
Was there like a common demographic amongst the churchgoers at this church?
White.
Yeah. Think try this at a black church.
Yeah, fuck around and find out.
They would never though. They would never do that.
I did see a clip, a reel where it was a black guy, and he's like, "Yeah, I ain't doing that in my church apparently, because aunties ain't gonna allow this. They wouldn't even let you get to the front." And to be honest, it is true. I watched the whole clip, and I was surprised. I was surprised that no one stood up, and I guess I'm not surprised. So,
because they're diminutive people.
So this is a weird thing. I worked in ministry for years, and I was often one of the people. I was in top leadership, but I was always one of the people who were in the back, and we were in urban area downtown, and we would get homeless people wander in a ton. And I was kind of in charge of that, and I was totally fine with having them in there because it was cold most of the time. Plus, I got an affinity for homeless people, and so I was fine. And I've had some issues where I would have to be like, "Hey, no, you got to come with me. We need to go have a chat." And if you do it right and politely, they'll normally, even if they're having a moment and losing it inside of it during a Sunday service, there are ways to deal with it. Now, if it was and do it politely and do it wisely, where they're not going to start trying to stab you. And it also helps to build a rapport with them. But you couldn't have done anything like that in this church. This is an entire crowd of wackos and crazy and loonies. And they're not crazy because they're like actually crazy. They're crazy because they're brainwashed by their media. Right. And so it's a different kind of crazy. You can't really do much with it. But I just want, spoiler alert, guys, I don't know if you know this, all the people who got arrested were immediately let loose. So none of it really mattered. We thought we were surprised. I know we were like, we had 2 days of like, it's happening, we're getting arrests. And they're like, no, they're good.
Let me guess. White lesbian statewide DA.
Yeah. It didn't last long. It didn't last long. And old Pan Bomdy.
Might as well be a Bomdy.
Might as well, dude. It's getting so bad out there, which actually leads us to our next clip. You guys got anything else on that? Are we ever going to get arrested for these protesters? Hey, wait, how did you guys feel about it? I haven't asked you because I just ranted for an hour last week about it. What was your thoughts?
I think Ron Yemen should be taken to the gallows.
I don't know who this Ron Lemon is, but
no, Ron Yemen.
Ron Yemen. Yeah, I don't know him either. But Don Lemon, he seems like he likes. Yeah, he seems like a familiar sounding name. I mean, I'll let you go, Alex. What are your thoughts? And I'll tell you my.
I'll give it brief. It pissed me off for like 10 minutes, like everything else that comes across my feed. But the reality is, it's like Minnesota is begging for this. So even the churchgoers, they should have seen the writing on the wall to leave that state maybe 20 years ago.
Yeah,
dude, it sucks to live in Minnesota. Do they have any good? Their basketball is good right now, right?
Their football's all right.
Do they have a basketball?
I mean, it sucks to be a Vikings fan.
Yeah.
Oh, is that Vikings?
And it's cold there, dude. Like, and it's Minnesota. Like, and now you got this. Like, they didn't deserve. Minnesota of all states didn't deserve all this to be going down there.
Or they kind of do. And that's they don't really, especially not like churchgoers. So I said this last week. I was like, they're basically missionaries now. And if you're a missionary in a country where you're like, we're not accepted, you just kind of have to, you're going to have to just go, hey, I'm a missionary now. And so this isn't MAGA country. So you're not going to be able to be a normal. This isn't your culture. You're a foreigner in a strange land, and that's just what it is now.
If you were kicked out of 109 counties, come to Minnesota.
They don't want to be there, dude. They don't want to be there.
It's too cold. God damn it.
Oy vey, it is way too cold.
The goyim's not going to keep fresh.
That's true. Speaking of old Pan Bomdi not doing anything, I got a great clip for you guys to check out. So all this Minnesota stuff. Oh, I agree. Number one, 100% with I think both of your takes just now. And last week I said this, and I stand by this today. And we'll talk about it a little bit. But at this point, Minnesota doesn't. You should just let it burn. Just let it do its thing. They obviously love. Like, I'm not seeing much pushback from Minnesotans, or at least they're not very loud. And
yeah, to 14th Amendment that shit all the way. Let's go.
They're
asking for it.
It wouldn't hurt me at all. Let's see if
they're asking for it. We're not holding them against it.
Yeah, I don't even know why you would. And I said, why don't we just pull federal funding? That would make way more sense. Oh, here we go. I actually got a clip that's talking just about this. Let me do this.
Oh baby.
Am I sharing that instead? Yeah. This is Nick Freitas. Do you guys know who he is?
Yep.
Is that the right clip? Yeah. I don't know who he is, but he looks familiar. He said he does look like a Chad. He says the exact same thing I was thinking last Sunday. Let's see what you guys think about it.
Okay, I think I have a compromise. This whole Minnesota thing. Not everyone's going to be happy. That's what happens with compromises, but just hear me out. We give Minnesota to Canada in exchange for Alberta. Now, wait, just listen. Canada gets what it likes. Marxists and refugees which defraud their welfare system. And America gets what it likes. Normal people. And oil. Lots of oil.
Lots of oil.
I'm just saying it's worth considering.
I think phenomenal idea. Phenomenal idea. Send it now.
Are Albertans cool?
Yeah, they're the only cool Canadians.
Oh,
yeah,
I'll look into it.
They've been trying to secede from Canada for forever now.
Actually?
Yeah, passing, trying to get legislation so they can get out of there because they're being they have a ton of resources they can't do anything with, and Canada's just raping them. I can't say graping them dry. Groiping them and putting and just putting a whole, at least if you start looking into it, they're fighters too. Like, they're ready to go. It sucks that they're sandwiched between crazies.
What's their accent like?
What's their what?
Was their accent all right? Or is their accent annoying?
You know what? I've never heard them really talk, so that's a plus.
Well, you might, before you welcome him in, you might want to see.
Bro, it can't be any worse than a Midwestern accent, especially that Minnesotan. It can't be any worse than that, don't you know?
Yeah, Minnesota's got chicks with dicks. How do you think their falsetto is?
Exactly. Don't you know?
It's hard
rights are human rights. What are you talking about? It's hard to
clean your trachea when you're siphoning oil up there in Alberta.
It's ma'am. It's ma'am.
Pussy.
Anyway, this guy's got a better idea than old Pam Bomdi. This is her suggestion on how to deal with Minnesota. Let's do this real quick. This is her
the servant of the Mormons.
Am I sharing this thing?
Soda.
Is that showing up for you guys? Is it sharing?
Yeah.
Everything's lagging. Okay. So this is her suggestion on how we're going to handle Minnesota and how we're going to make things right.
Rape, homicide, manslaughter. That's who they're trying to protect in Minnesota. I do not understand these people. We sent Governor Walz a very strong letter today.
Bro, she did the friggin' meme. I can't stand this woman, dude. I can't stand it.
Insufferable.
A strongly worded letter. Was it attached to like an Ice Age's bullet? Is that we're just gonna find that part out later?
AG of the goddamn country has writing a stronger word letter. It's like, then just take her behind the shed, dude. I'm fucking done.
You know, the thing is, and if it is actually a strongly worded letter, you know, she AI'd it. She chat GPT and was like, "Can you please make this strongly worded?" Dude, there was no way she's writing anything on her own. I don't think she's capable of even doing that.
No, like I'm pissed. Do it again.
So, oh my god! And it's if she's the one writing it in her own words, she's bringing up things Minnesota did like 5 years ago that everyone's forgot, and she's just that grudge is held on. She's like, "Do you remember that one time I came on and you guys partied all night and I couldn't sleep in my hotel room because you and the boys at Minnesota wanted to?" And she's just bringing up stuff from years ago that no one cared about.
You think government officials are like have something way better than Chat GPT on their phones?
No.
They don't have DARPA AI?
No, I don't think so. And the reason I say it is because remember when Elon was like, "We got to get our retirement papers," and they went into the basement and it's like the Batcave down here. Do you remember that when they were trying to figure out how to get people to retire? Yeah, I think there's like select few. I think Barron Trump has an AI on his phone. Elon's obviously got an AI on his phone.
Well, Barron's a time traveler anyway, so
yeah, he's had AI on his phone 20 years ago.
Yeah, it's in his brain.
Same with Elon and Charlie Kirk. Apparently, those are our 3 time travelers. Keep it straight.
Kirk AI.
That would be a new one. I don't think. I mean, yeah, I think they use AI for everything nowadays. And the only thing I don't think they've used AI with, maybe Massey, was to read those omnibus bills. Omnibus bills. Yeah. I have started to call them ominous bills because they're never good. They're never
Freudian slip. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's like when he gets on a rant in front of the Senate Judiciary Committee, like right before Christmas every year. And he's like, "We have these fucking CRs every year. They're loaded with shit because no one wants to vote on them. They want to go home for Christmas." Yeah. He just gets so pissed.
Yeah. 100 degree.
That's what happens when you're shooting deer in your backyard. Then you come home and APAC killed your wife. Sorry, what? Huh? What's going on? I mean, a heart attack. Sorry, heart attack.
Or your APAC drowns your cook in the lake. That's another one I always like to remember.
The Obama chef?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Yep.
We have had our chat popping off, and I've totally my bad.
Let's hit the chat.
Dude, we got Buckeye coming in again. I like this Buckeye. He's coming in and says, "I'm praying for California to become Huntington Beach. They're all doing the Lord's work down there." With the middle finger at Lord Gavin the Terrible. I actually like that. Old Lordy Gavin. He does kind of look like a medieval villain. I mean, he looks like a Batman villain.
He's handsome enough.
I don't see the villain aspect of it. I don't even get it. We got a bunch of other. We just go through here. We got Michael Giuliano coming in. Left is what's left. If this is, I think so. I think all the same people from the left is just kicked over to independence now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're going to get much.
Brain train has left the station.
Oh, exactly. Grumpy Gnome says, "Hey y'all, what's up, Grumpy? He's coming in hot." And then we got number one. I'm sorry, guys, I have not been paying attention. I'm just not getting through these.
Yes.
You guys are so
yes.
100% number one camper. We are very apparently.
Thank you, camper.
Yes.
I like that. To me, I know that wasn't a super chat, but I'm gonna give myself some money for that one. That was a good one.
I'm trans native and I appreciate ice. So
Julian, I'll come back.
Thank you, number one camper.
Baron surpassed 8 feet tall just this past week. He's growing.
Nephilim.
He's got the Nephilim blood. He's growing. He's going. Hey, appreciate all you guys hanging out with us. Hanging in the chat. I'm paying attention now. So sorry, got a lot going on. My bad. Let's get back to old Pammy Bondi with her strongly worded friggin' letter.
We had been working on this letter. We got it out saying that he better support President
Trump.
He better support the men and women in law.
This is like one of those school teachers, like, "You better stop talking in class or you're going to get a demerit." Like, oh my God. How are they not self-aware of how awful this looks? Like, this is so bad.
You're just edging off what's left of MAGA. Like, what's the point of this?
And there's not much. Giuliano's right. The left is what's left. And for MAGA, the ones who are like, "Yeah, no, this is top notch." There's not much of that left either.
Do you think this woman is feeling these emotions as she's speaking, or do you think this is just?
Oh no, SSRIs blocked that out a long time ago, dude.
She's basically acting.
Yeah, I think this is like what's that, muscle retention? It's acting. I mean, personally, I actually think that is. It's but again, like, why would you
Maybe
do
like
this?
tonal memory, like
Yeah.
tonality.
She's like, this is how I used to talk to my kids when they would back talk.
She's an actor. I think she's part lizard anyway, so definitely an actor, definitely scripted.
She's hot though.
Well,
she was hot.
She's got something going for her. I'm not gonna just slam her on everything, but yeah.
She's a Minnesota 7. For sure.
She's about a Minnesota 8 at this point in time. I've seen all the clips from people. Apparently everyone in Minnesota looks rough from all the clips I've seen.
The weather sucks, so
the weather will do that to you. I can't know where to talk. I live in upstate New York. It's rough out here. When it gets this cold, good luck. Good luck just trying to not look dead because your skin's pale. Let's see what you've got left.
Law enforcement, because if he doesn't, we are, and that's what we're doing right now.
Okay, hold on. This is my favorite part. I want to back this up because it's like, wait, what did she just say? Listen to this.
That's what we're doing right now.
Oh wait, no, I gotta back it up more. Talking about Timmy Walls supporting the police.
He better support the men and women in law enforcement, because if he doesn't, we are, and that's what
he
we're
better
doing
do
right
it
now.
What does that mean? What does that mean? Hey guys, Tim Walls better support the men and women in law enforcement, because if he doesn't, we are, and that's what we're doing right now. Wait, what? Like, what does that even mean? What does that mean?
Pam, this guy used to take young boys on student trips to China and touch them. Like, what the fuck do you think this guy is made of?
Bro, her words are like resonating with so many boomer men and women across everywhere. That same kind of woman we saw before, like as she's saying those words, it's pulling emotion out of them. It's crazy, man, that it's just working.
Your mom's coming back in. What's the over under? How many meds Bonnie is on? That's going to be a new segment. What's the over under?
Oh yeah. Thanks, Mom.
Oh, that was good. What's
up, your mom?
Oh, that one's a good one.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man, that's enough of that. I just wanted to point out some of this stuff is just friggin' ridiculous, guys. I don't know what to tell you. I did. I got one more clip, and then we'll call it on, unless there's anything specific. We'll talk about where are we at? Oh, we're doing great on time.
Oh yeah,
we're doing great on time. What's the thing with the Minneapolis? Where do you guys think we're going with this so far before we get more further into it?
I just feel like it's in Minneapolis. Like, these things fucking happen all over the world, and until it's within a couple 100 miles of me, like, I'm not going to let it pull on my heartstrings too much. And I think they amplify these things happen in specific areas, so the entire country thinks it's happening in theirs, and it's not. And that's just the whole game, man. You only need to have this shit happening in a very small area, but you blare it to all the screens, so it appears to be happening everywhere. You know the game.
Yeah, no, you're 100%, dude. I live very close to an extremely Democrat heavy population, and they hate ICE. And I think ICE has been pretty relevant. I haven't seen a lot of them because I'm not really in downtown, but nothing like this is happening where I'm at. Like I'm near. I don't mind saying I'm near Albany. No, there's nothing like this. And so why is it Minneapolis again? I mean, this is the home of the George Floyd.
If this begins happening in like many major cities, then it's like
perk up.
Then it's like, let me go buy the things I need to.
Yeah. And lose them in a boating accident.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Alex?
I'm sorry. Minneapolis is probably on a ley line.
Dude, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised. Or at least, here's the going conspiracy. People were pointing this out. Minneapolis, it just happens to be a place where there's so much fraud that people are just paying protesters. A lot of these are just paid activists and protesters, which does make sense because it's not happening
while
everywhere.
They clean up.
Yeah, that would make sense. This would be a great distraction to make sure we clean up all, because this happens directly after the Somali fraud gets exposed, and then you're looking at indictments for Tim Walls because he's a part of it. And then there's another news thing that broke today. A hacker got all of the insights, like worked his way into Signal messages. There's these Signal chats in Minneapolis that are located by blocks, and these are organizers, Antifa organizers, whatever that is, where they're doing watch and they're marking undercover ICE patrol officers and sending word and doing like basically like a behind the scenes organization to make sure they interfere with ICE doing their thing. And then they leaked them to a bunch of journalists, and journalists were basically finding all of the government officials. One of them was like the lieutenant general, whatever that lieutenant of the DA is in one of these chats. So a direct line to Tim Walz is in there subverting the federal government. And they're just like, this is big. This is more fraud. So people are pointing a lot to this whole thing being that.
Can I give my 2 cents on Minnesota?
Yeah. Oh, we're not moving on. I'm just trying to lay the ground level. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, of course. Yeah. No, I mean, everything you guys said is definitely spot on from 30,000 feet. I just think a lot of this is just more revelation of the method. It's basically exposing things for a demoralization campaign. Clower and Piven, it's Hegelian dialectic. It's all the things we know. Pressure from above, pressure from below. They're going to make these radical cities look like the enemies of your neighbors in order to pit your neighbors against you and one another, so that you turn your attention directed at the federal government and overthrowing them or being on a legitimate tax strike. And instead of doing that, you're redirecting your energy at hating your neighbor, which is the antithesis of Catholicism and Christianity. So I just I think that they're going to keep making they're in a pressure cooker right now, the feds, to basically flood the internet with bad information so that you don't know which way is up. But I think you're going to see more credible examples across the country, particularly in Minneapolis, leading towards 14th Amendment territory.
Yeah, I think, and to be honest, I'm not even that mad about it. I'm mad about the turning on one. See, that goes back to exactly what I was talking about with the church thing. Mm-hmm. I think I mentioned this. It's just there's the reason why the church thing made me really mad is because it was neighbors going against neighbors. And that freaks me out. That makes me real nervous. Now, when it's people fighting against like ICE or government, like there's a part of me that I go, yeah, I get it, man. Like I get it. I understand that. Now I'm not for it. I'm not going to be out there, and I'm definitely not going to be out there with a loaded weapon. That's my second. We'll get to that in a minute. But I'm not out there like I understand. I wasn't at J6 either, and part of me, well, that was a honeypot. That was easy to see. That was like the easiest honeypot to spot. But other than that, like that, I'm not going to do that either. And so, but it's also not like civilians going and rounding up illegal immigrants and turning them into ICE. They're not doing that either. The only time I remember civilians doing that, always on the left, when they're calling the cops because you're having a party during COVID. The right wingers just don't do that.
I will say, I think this church thing, like, it obviously crossed a really big line that I feel like you don't hear about this kind of thing happen. Like, you hear about services being shot up, right?
Yeah,
like we hear about that. But as far as other interruptions go, like protests, that's not something. Maybe I just haven't seen it, but I feel like that's not something we see often, especially on the news. So
yeah,
I'd hate to like see more of it happening. They're just opening the door, making sure Don Lemon's on the scene. Like, they're making it all happen.
Yeah, that's the part that made me nervous. That's what I was saying last week. I was like, guys, this is really dangerous, because then it's not political anymore. It's also, which we all know it's spiritual, but they're not coming and trying to fight spiritually. Like this is easily crossing into a holy war.
They're trying to attack us on a spiritual level, the layman normie people that want to go to work and pay their taxes and get laid and just relax and live life and procreate. But I think what John's kind of alluding to, what I'm kind of saying is, it's more than that. It's like, this is all simulated. It's inorganic. It's inauthentic. Yeah. These are paid actors. If they're not paid actors directly, they're sponsored by the Waltons or the Soros or whoever the fuck, or Alex Soros or whoever. So
yeah, I agree too. I do think so. I just think it's the problem with the paid, because there's people there that aren't paid. Like, there's people that are just following the paid people. It's the same thing as J6. Like, there's feds in there going like, storm the Capitol, and then there's grandmas going like, oh, I want to see the inside of the cat. Like, there are sheep. There are wolves among the sheep.
And it's a game. It's a chessboard, man. That's like the easiest analogy for it. You got the key role players, and then the rest are the pawns. They don't know what they're there for.
Yep. They don't, and that's what I'm saying. Like, when you start doing like Don Lemon and his paid agitators start going to churches, and everyone looks around like, Oh yeah, maybe we should start doing that. And when I said like this gets dangerous, that wasn't me being like worried for the church folk. That was me worried for people who protesting like a legit, like maybe they really do want ICE out of their town. Don't step into a church, man. Because do you know how many videos I saw of churches posting their emergency drills where a ton of armed dudes are lining
go
up
to the
against
south. Go
like,
to the
bro,
south and do that.
Dude, don't do it in the north. Like, I'm not going to give away anything, but bro, there's concealed carry too. Like, this is, and if they're concealed carry, chances are they go to church. So just don't do that. That's bad idea. Bad idea. We got Michael Giuliano coming. I want to read this. Exactly. They want the good guys to act up against the paid bad guys and say bad white people that like the laws and God. These right. They want to make sure you pay. It was the same thing when they were trying to push the white rural rage 2 years ago, when they're like, all these white people are raging out and everyone's looking around like where? And it was like, they're planning something. They're going to do something like, I don't know, maybe take shots off at Trump. And and then they planned it with I mean, I think that the Kirk thing was totally planned and it backfired 100% when people were like, hey, let's get together and do vigils. And then they're like, well, how do we get them to fricking fight back? Well, let's paid agitators to go piss on Charlie Kirk's memorials. And it's still the right didn't do anything. And so it's a tough cookie, but once you open that can, that's a bad can to open. You don't want to open that can, sweet Jesus, don't do that. Don't show up to churches because that's a quick way to open that can. Sorry,
no, you're fine, dude. A good segue into the next segment is if you want to pull the meme I texted you about Minnesota, it's pretty fucking great.
Oh my God, did you text me a meme about Minnesota, dude? I don't know if I keep talking.
Yeah, if you can get it on camera, it's absolute gold. But
give me
it would be a good way
seconds.
to. Yeah, if we're talking about Alex Pretti next, I'm not sure.
Oh, dude, I can't put that up there.
Oh, come on, it's perfect. John's gonna love it. Come on.
Yeah, let me see. Man, I think I bookmarked this somewhere. I mean, I didn't bookmark this before. Let me see. Oh, give me 2 seconds. I'll
do it for the fans. They want to go.
Let's watch a video clip. So this is another, and then we'll get to it. This is another. God, this is another one I had, and this is where I was like, this isn't going to go anywhere good. Paid or not paid, this is not government versus people, but they're really trying to make people versus mad at. This is quickly moving away from government stuff to just neighbor on neighbor, and it's just one of those things like, yeah, you can see it.
Fuck, I was gonna make that pun.
Oh, did you get it too?
Yeah, he just said it to me.
All right, I'm gonna try to get over here.
Oh well, no.
Let's
There's still a lot
I
more
voted
ways
for
we
him
can
3
go with it.
times, and you didn't know that this was going to happen.
Oh man. Anyway, here we go. Check this out.
You voted for him 3 times, and you didn't know that this was going to happen, and now you really regret your decisions. Well, this message is for you. I hope the guilt that you feel weighing on your conscience disfigures you in a way that is rivaled only by Caroline Levitt's migrating botched lip filler. I hope that your guilt keeps you up at night. I hope that you choke on it. And lastly, I really need you to understand this part. Fuck you. You voted for him 3 times, and you didn't know.
She's speaking like she's writing a letter.
Well, yeah, well, she's right. She is. That's how she communicates. You can tell.
She's got shitty bangs and cumbrellas. Like, what are we talking about? Talk about bad lip filler.
This is the cruise I run with. I've never heard that term before. That's
cumbrellas.
Yeah.
That's a Gavin word. I can't take credit for that.
Oh, okay, God, that makes a lot more sense. That makes a lot more sense.
They always get super descriptive with like how they want you to eat. What'd she say with the lip? Someone's lip filler.
Caroline Levitt's lip filler. It's, to be honest, like let's call nuts and bolts. That's the wrong now. That was bad. That was a nice quit. I give it to her. That was the Caroline lip filler. It was her making fun of another woman, which is non-surprising. Yeah, and I mean, if you're a woman, what do you attack other women with? Looks. Like that's the best.
At least she's making babies.
Yeah, I mean that one's even harder when you have a penis. I mean, you can't. It's hard. I know, men can get pregnant, but They can't. Dude, I am trying to get this together to work. Anyway, and I can't freaking
We'll drop it. We'll drop it in the YouTube live stream comment section. Check it out.
I might end up
We'll
doing
pin
that.
We'll pin it.
Let's yeah, because I need to look something up on here. All right, so give me your take before we move on. The shooting, John, I don't know how much you know about it. The shooting with that Alex Pretti, we're gonna get into that in a minute. What do you so the big contention is, should have I shot him? Is it okay that he had a gun? Did he deserve it? That he had a gun on him? I watched the clip multiple times, and I'm not happy that they shot him, but I'm also not surprised for some reason. That's kind of where I stand. I can go in depth, but I want to get y'all's opinion.
Well, I want to say first, he didn't deserve to die. I don't. But I watched the video for the first time about an hour ago. I just watched it a couple of times over, and just like from what I gather, it's like from seeing it and what I insinuate is that he had a gun or grabbed someone's gun down there. That's why, because the first shot that goes off, it's like it's bang, and then it's like a second or two, right, before the rest start going off. So like from first watching it, I'm thinking like he must have grabbed someone else's gun or taken his out or something like that in order for, because why else would they, unless someone just got startled, right?
That's actually what happened. Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, so I can kind of give you from the out of everybody's take and all of them, they're all kind of, if you mash them all together, you get pretty close. So he had a SIG on him and 2 clips apparently. Even that I was like, I don't buy that. They could have planted it. Like again, like my normal mainframe is like, I looked at it. He did not look like he was packing. But he was, and they had like 4 cops on him, 6 cops on him, and he wasn't, whether he could have not, he definitely wasn't complying with any of their orders. And that one of them found a gun, and one of the cops pulled the gun out, and one of the other officers yelled "gun" as he pulled the gun out, and then as he was taking it away, it either misfired because it's a SIG, and if you put pressure on them, they have a tendency to misfire. And that one gunshot with the other officer yelling "gun" startled another officer who shot him in the back. And then I think the same officer just decided to unload like 7 more bullets into him for some reason, which was like, why? Why do that? What's happening? So that's kind of how that whole situation went down on. And right now the right wing is losing their minds. And left wingers are losing their minds too, because now they're extremely pro 2A. They're all going and buying ARs, and they're having a good time with that. So, Alex, what's your opinion on this whole thing? Should he have been? Oh, and then old Kash Patel was like, "Don't go to protests with loaded weapons." And
don't make fun of my girlfriend.
And don't make fun of my girlfriend. I'll sue you.
Or I'll sue you for $5 million.
Yeah, exactly.
She's not a Masad honeypot.
She's not. Oh my God, yeah. So that's what. So I'll give you my long interpretation, because everyone's fighting over whether he had the constitutional right. Should he have died for having a gun on him? Are right wingers giving up 2A now because they don't really care about the Constitution, because it's really about my team versus your team?
I think a lot of them are default Republicans by those terms, so they could care less as long as their team's winning. It doesn't matter the context and the use of arms in those circumstances. I think we've known for a long time that ICE is definitely not recruiting and hiring the best and brightest. This is clearly like an expanded task force in 4 years' time. So you're going to have some notable ones, and you're going to have some shitty ones that got off the couch, jerking off 3 times a week. So I just got to keep things colorful for the audience.
If they were jerking off that many times, maybe that they would be a little bit more calm.
I was just going to say, stay fucking calm. Yeah. Exactly. It's always sad when the country loses Ari Shafir in a tragic way like that.
Speaking of which, if you don't know what he looked like, this joke will resonate a little bit more. So this is the meme we were talking about.
Yeah.
All right. So I thought it was a psyop. This is the joke. Someone on TikTok is taking down. They said to ask me how I felt about this, about the gun shooting, and it's simply
Big dog.
Which is a pretty funny joke. It's insensitive for what
Yeah,
happened
it's pretty
today,
funny.
but it's okay.
Yeah, one looks like an
pretty
autism
good.
awareness campaign, and the other one looks like an IDF commercial.
I would say one looks like an autism awareness campaign, and the other one looks like they sponsored autism through vaccines. Anyway, somebody's making a ton of money, and someone's the recipient of all the
Start
vaccines.
taking methylene blue.
Methylene blue droplets in your water.
In your veins and your eyelids.
It's beer cane sugar. Anyway, so I would say, so I'll give you my initial take. This is the thing that I don't know if everyone picks up on. All the libertarians I know are gun enthusiasts, myself included. And they're right about the Constitution. There was another picture of a guy or a video clip of a guy outside with his AR in his neighborhood. And he was like, no, this is my neighborhood. I don't want ICE here. And again, it highlighted the words I said last week where I was like, if they don't want you there, why? Just let them go. Oh, it just pull all funding. Go fine. You want to burn. You want Somali fraud reaping? You're just not going to pull it from the rest of the American people. And if you don't want to be in Minnesota, get out of Minnesota, but you're not bringing that crap here. And so when you leave Minnesota, we're going to check your papers. And you're like, David, that sounds super fascist. I don't think so. I think it just sounds normal. I know like the Nazi thing is a cool rhetoric now, but no, if you come through, if the new border is not just Mexico and Canada and then now just wraps around Minnesota, then that's just, it is what it is. We'll check your papers on your way out. And whatever that ends up looking like, just give it away because they don't want them there. Like if it was my neighborhood and they're like, we're rounding up all the unvaxxers and I had a gun, I would probably be like, why don't you get your fake vax card? What are you doing? That would have been my first thing. And then maybe I'd stand on my street corner with my AR and be like, no, I don't want you in my neighborhood. So I wasn't mad at that guy. Okay, this is what you want. This is what you get. Right? Does that make sense to everybody? Okay, well, here's my second point. If you're gonna strap, like you're gonna Kyle Rittenhouse it, then you kind of have to expect you're gonna get something bad's gonna happen, right? So if you're out there protesting or if not you go to a protest and you got a gun on you, like if I'm ever carrying, like the worst things possible are going through my head at that moment at all times.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're gonna play big boy, cowboys and Indians, you kind of have to expect to be treated like a cowboy and Indian, right? Am I wrong about that?
You're not wrong. My question is ICE only going after criminals?
Supposedly.
So if that's
supposedly
true, if ICE is actually only trying to get criminals out, right? And these people are doing all this destruction and protesting and getting in the middle of that, then it's like, yeah, exactly what you're saying. They don't deserve it, but this is the game that you're playing, and I don't know how there can be a divide on this, to be quite honest.
I mean, I think the divide comes from an ideological one because a lot of conservatives are like, yeah, don't show up to a protest armed. And a lot of libertarian conservatives are like, no, that shouldn't stop anybody. Like the two ways, once you start doing that, then, and it's the same argument. Okay, so here's the weird argument. Libertarians are always like, whatever you do, the Democrats are going to do it back. But the truth is, they're going to do it anyway. Like, they're not going to not do this. Like, that's the Republican argument. It's like, no, the Democrats are already locking people up. We're going to lock people up too now. Because even if we lose in the midterms, it's going to be full out war. And so I think that's kind of the mind frame now, is it's like, principles be damned, we're not. And this is hard because I go back to this with the primaries when I was talking to Republican voters, and they're all like, DeSantis can win and we'll have a respectable country again. And I kept trying to tell them, like, we're not playing that game anymore. Like, you're not going to win. And they're like, oh, of course we're going to win. I was like, no, you're not. This is not the politics game has shifted. And I'm afraid our country culture has shifted. So locking up politicians and journalists is going to be normal from here on out. So it's hard for me to tell the Republicans, hey, slow down there with your fascisms, because it's just going to be commies next go around. And so so here's the other thing. I mean, I know I'm ranting. Let me share this with you. This is my other problem, is because you were like, all these, like Dave Smith, and I love Dave Smith, came out and was like, these ICE agents are out of control. He's not wrong. They are out of control. But are they justified in being slightly out of control when you have dude, my entire feed is filled with this dude.
So good.
That guy looks like he'd get himself into the middle of fucking something.
Bro, I'm gonna pause this. There's other clips of him wearing a dress talking about how he goes out to bars, and he's a drag queen. But that's not surprising.
Does he hang out in tunnels too?
We haven't seen his side profile
Well,
yet.
he probably grabbed their dick at the bottom of that dog pile.
He probably does.
That's what happened.
It's Don Lemon.
This is a white Don Lemon.
It's a sad day. It's a
I
sad
would have
day.
started shooting.
I think this might be Don Lemon's husband.
I will never be able to go back and see Ari Shaffir live again. This is so sad. You were truly an inspiration in the comedy scene.
He's got like sport goggles on.
Keep all the cum out of his eyes. we're gonna get so booted off YouTube. Sorry,
It's over, man. It's over. And then the whole episode, I'm trying to like, how can I pull a scripture into this? Not like hell with it.
David,
we're not pulling any scriptures into this.
David, next live stream, can we start adding?
Oh, was that video not even playing?
No, it wasn't playing.
Oh my god. I was trying to play this video. Sorry, I found it.
That's even better.
That's it, because it's just you guys staring at these. Oh Jesus! And I'm over here laughing about Don Lemon's husband. You guys had no idea what I was talking about. Whatever.
Yeah, we were just teeing off.
This is the problem when I've got so many clips.
Seems like an upstanding fine gentleman.
Anyway, so this is what I'm saying with ICE officers being out of control. A lot of these are border patrol agents who deal with cartels all the time, and then all day you have this.
My name is Kyle. I'm Antifa, and there's so much rage in me that I've had to record this like 15 times trying to get the message out. They fucked up, okay? Go watch my other videos. Doesn't matter if you're not here and you're not caught up. You missed the fucking fight. But if you are, it's time to suit up. Boots on the ground. Nicollet and fucking 26th. My house is 4 blocks away. Anywhere between Franklin and Nicollet and 26th and Nicollet. Show up, ready to go. Okay, not talking about peaceful protests anymore. We're not talking about having polite conversations anymore. I am talking specifically to my fucking followers. This is everything I have fucking talked about, and this is exactly what I said was going to happen.
So that's kind of my point, and that it goes to all my libertarian friends. There's like, I get it. I hate 3-letter agencies, and I don't want them coming into my house. But I'm not making videos like this. And if they're on the streets and they're like, well, they're being a little aggressive, and be like, yeah, but bro, I would be if like I could easily have made a mistake when I'm dealt with like there's a bunch of people in this crowd packing, and they all want me dead. Enough to where I have to wear a mask, and I'm trying not to get doxxed. And so again, I think they should just. I think it would be funnier if Trump pulls all of everything out of Minnesota and then just cuts off the money supply line, and she goes, "All right, you're Canada's now." And then we did a reverse Uno card, and we're like, "We're gonna take Greenland," and Trump actually gives away a state. Mm-hmm. We might win the midterms. I think that would have been the best option. But it's hard for me to blame ICE agents again. Like ICE agent. Here's the other counter argument. ICE agents are just doing the job they're getting paid for. And all these agitators are just doing their job that they're getting paid for. So it's dumb. It's all dumb, guys. It's all dumb.
All the impact, the real action is not happening on that side of the screen. You know?
On what? On my side?
No.
Oh,
like
okay.
In Minnesota.
Like, oh yeah.
The real impact is not actually that's going to ripple. It's not actually happening there.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't know, man.
Nice camera action, baby.
Do you think how much of it do you think is a Civil War psyop like we got Buckeye? Like, do you think all this is just play pretend?
I don't know exactly what it is, but it's not organic.
Yeah, definitely not. Well, we're seeing that now with all this leaking of the signal chats. That this is all government funded. This is all government organized.
But because it's funded in all different directions, that's why I think it's still the minority sentiment in the country. I still don't think people are hairline triggered about red and blue and ICE versus normal people. I really don't.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. We got Michael Julius' Tariff, Minnesota. That's a good idea too.
Great idea.
We could wait. What does Minnesota ship out?
Moose meat, dildos, maple syrup.
I was expecting some kind of a sports reference from you guys, but
tampons.
Tampons.
Courtesy of Tim.
That's a good joke.
Mini sodas.
Yeah, mini sodas.
Tiny Cokes. That's what they do.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
And tiny hats.
We got Getting Catch Up 6153 says, remember, all this is recorded forever in 4K, as in like the videos we're watching or this podcast. It says history will not like. See, now I hope they're talking about the podcast. No, history will not look kindly, because then it means people are watching this in the future.
I hope they are, because when I go to the FEMA camp in my region with a single digit on my back, I want to link to this below.
I hate to tell you this. That's wishful thinking. Nobody's watching this podcast, and no one's ever going to watch this podcast. So that's fine. But yeah, I think they're talking about like just this whole situation, man. I personally think this has to be ramped up. It's the winter time. It's going to get warmer. If this is a show being put on, they're not going to cancel it mid-season. They're going to run this thing all the way to the midterms. And I had a buddy of mine text me this morning. And he was like, "Yep, Democrats just won 2028," and I agreed with him. I was like, "This seems like it's getting a base fired up, and it's not the MAGA. Like the MAGA base isn't getting super fired up about this, because even if here's the problem: the MAGA base wants deportations, not ICE fighting with rioters in the streets. I don't want that. I want you to get people out. I don't want you messing around with Antifa kids who don't have a job." Like, don't stop wasting your time. Go somewhere where it means something. If Minnesota wants to keep them, let them keep them. Go somewhere that's actually going to make a difference.
I want you to not come to my neighbor's door because I tweeted about APAC.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah.
I want to buy fucking eggs for less than $10.
Exactly.
How long till that's here? Like, I mean, it's in England, it's in Canada. Like,
I mean, it's kind of inevitable when people talk about like Trump, like a lot, again, libertarians are like, "Oh, is this what you voted for?" It's like, no, but Trump was just a mainstay to buy me some time before it really goes down south. I mean, truthfully, that's how I thought of it. I was like, I'm not looking to get anything. I think it's funny because it makes Don Lemon cry, and that's hilarious to me. That's enough to get my vote. But then if he does other things, anything else, that might be a positive in my direction. Freeing Ross was a cool thing. I enjoyed that too. So boom, bang, bang. Already better than Kamala. The bar is low. Trump doesn't have to do much to win my favor. I'd vote for him again. If he was running in 2026, I'd vote for him again just to get maybe a monicum of something fun. But
Massey 28.
Massey 20. If he runs, and I think he would have a great shot. But he
Massey
would have
MTG.
Bro, they would be up against so much money, so much stupid money. But the thing we know now, though, now that we're past 2024. Money can't buy you a presidency, because Kamala had a crap ton of it and blew it on nothing. Blew it on celebrity endorsements that no one cared about anymore. So,
Stephen A.
Yeah,
I brought that up before. I thought he'd be good, but I don't think he'll make it. I don't think he'll make it far.
He'll be on the primary stage. I believe that.
Stephen A. feels like a guy who's going to run as a Democrat, and then come primaries, he's going to get shoved out. And then he's going to switch over to Massey's Republican side and be in his cabinet. He's going to pull an RFK completely. He's going to run as a Democrat, get kicked out, and he's going to join the Republican Party. That's how I would assume Stephen A. would join.
I can see that.
We got Buckeye coming in. He says the satanic cult of Rafan is ramping up their shenanigans and fast. I don't know who that is, but that does sound legit. If the world is against me, then I am against the world, Saint Ananias. Oh my God, I can never pronounce this guy's name.
Athanasius.
Oh Jesus, whatever, you smart people. Second coming of Christ, 2028. Let's go. Yeah, even that. Again, to be honest, I don't think Massey has a chance, but I just hope he doesn't stop. He's keeping alive. He's got a chance like Ron Paul has a chance. I hate saying that because I'd like him to have more, but truthfully, it's not it. Do we want to cover? I mean, it's already at 1. We're at that 1 mark. I think we hammered this one home. I don't think it's going to get any better. But
No.
Unless we just get rid of Minnesota. It's my solution. What's your solutions?
Annexation, replace them with Greenland.
Greenland or Alberta. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah. I have no solution, man.
No solutions.
I think it just all needs to be 14th Amendment secession, honestly.
I mean, I don't know why we haven't even
go back to the colonies. Let's go back to the colonies.
Dude, how many people have to die in the streets until we do something smart like that? Like, I know people are like, well, foreign wars in China. Okay, I don't care. Make them do it too. Dude, you got spies and CIA. Make them balkanize. Dude, we'll all balkanize at once.
Yeah, loosely allocated colonies fought a 2% T-tax. We can't even get off the couch for 40% annual tax. Like, fuck out of here.
Yeah, there's no real. I mean,
what we really need is a constitutional convention, but no one will show up.
I'm gonna say something I'm gonna regret, and this is in 4K. What we really need is good leaders, man. We just need good leaders. And I know that sounds wild, because to be good at what you do nowadays, you gotta post frog memes, and you have to be a good leader. Like, you have to be able to do both. You have to, and this sounds a little bit like old Nikki Fuentes. But you kind of have to pull some of that, where you got to be smart and good with your words. And then you also have to know how to troll people like Piers Morgan. Like, you just got to have both. You got to have both. And Trump has that now, but he's not in it anymore. Trump doesn't have the smart part, but he's got the troll Piers Morgan part down, and he's got the business acumen. If we can just get a Massey, if we can just get Massey posting frog memes, we might be okay. We might be okay.
Massey with an army of autistic libertarians and some good Austrian economics will be fine.
I don't want any libertarians getting near Massey, or he's going to lose everything. That's right.
They're going to crawl up his leg like a raccoon.
They're going to drag him down in the pit of losing all the time. If I can just, please do not get too close.
You're one of us.
It's one of those. It's that meme where they're saying, it's like, we're best friends. And we're like, no, we're not. No, we're not.
I went stupid.
I freaking love Massey. I don't want him tainted by the craziness from the LP. Anyway, guys, I appreciate everyone hanging out in the comments, and chilling with us tonight. This was a good night, a serious topic, and we had a chance to make fun of almost everyone and everything.
Couple thoughts on the winter storm.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Talk to me about that.
Well, I usually have the grand finale theory on that, but so I'll kind of clear the floor for you guys first.
I'm gonna pull this up while you talk about
it. There's a lot of speculation, people throwing in, direct messages to major verified accounts of people spraying the skies the last 48 hours. And, going back to the WEF Davos meeting right now in Switzerland, they were talking about weather manipulation and modification, weather as a weapon of war. This really seems like a full threat to the power grid and completely inorganic as a traditional winter storm. I saw dozens, maybe hundreds of pictures of sky spraying over the last 48 hours. So I just wanted to throw that in and let people know, as a primary contact for this show up in the Northeast, that yes, we got 2 feet of snow today. And yes, it feels completely inauthentic.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree with that. The WEF thing, I wish I would have spent. This is the problem with all this stupid riot stuff. And I'd prefer to spend all the time on the Davos meeting, because that's always a riot. But that got overshadowed by all the other friggin' news things happening.
That's on purpose too.
It is. It's absolutely on purpose. Again, it's like this Molly fraud thing. That's on purpose. So I'm sure Israel's, there's a peace treaty with Gaza we don't know about, where the ceasefire is still upheld. I'm sure that's fine. I'm sure the protests in Iran are fine, and all that quieted down. And so, I'm joking.
I'm sure they're definitely not carving out a place for Gaza to ship them out of Israel, right?
if we're gonna put our Kurt Metzger, everything's a psyop simulation and it's all ran by satanic pedophiles hat on real quick.
Mm-hmm.
It seems too on the nose, like especially with that pun. Like the 2 people shot by ICE is pretty and good. It's like, what's the next person going to get shot by ICE is going to be named Kindly or Charming. Like, it just seems like it's all these last names feel real psyopy to me. And then they're like, hey, it's an ice storm coming through. You mean like the ice storm happening in Minnesota? It's all ice. It's called ice, and it's an ice storm. Like, we have ice on the brain. Like, are you programming? And it just feels programming. It just feels like, hey, let's send in the storm. It's ice. They're going to be saying ice a lot. It's going to be good for clicks. And it'll get all the people. their brains all mashed up. I'm not sure what ice are we talking about. Are we talking about frozen ice? Are we talking about ice? And
Yep.
And
they
who got
did,
shot? A pretty person? No, the good lady, the good one. It's like, oh Jesus. And so it just feels like programming, man. It feels all like programming.
Speaking of programming, all the local reporting that was done, they all got the scripts because they kept using wind chill as a common denominator in scare quotes, and they're all using 33 degrees.
No, are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Wind chills with 2 I's and I's and L's. Yeah. Towers. Yeah.
Oh my God, dude, this is the problem with.
There's
noticing.
more to it, but that's yeah.
It's just as bad. The 33 thing is so bad, dude. It is like a virus on the brain for me because now I'm like every time I see it, I'm like, oh no, they got me.
John's huge into numerology.
Oh, for real, dude.
Not particularly like numerology as a whole study, but like back in the day, it started off as a joke, like that we would see the number 47 everywhere, right?
Oh,
and
boy.
Then
that's Barron's Trump's fault.
This was back in the day too, and it was a joke. But then, like, because it was a joke, I started seeing it everywhere. The kind of thing where it's like, I put it this way: when you're driving on the highway and your same make and model colored car drives by in the other direction, like you catch it real quick. You see it in your peripherals. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. It's the same thing like when you buy a new car. You start seeing that car it's that thing everywhere.
You can train your brain though to put other things like besides those numbers. You know what I'm saying? So like in the same way that you saw the car drive by, you can train your brain to see things like goodness and opportunity, all those things. You notice more of it, you know? So like I'm not big on numerology, but that the number 47 kind of like showed me this thing. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that makes sense to me. You should definitely tell Alex because he keeps bringing up 33, and every time he does, he's like terrible things, terrible things.
I know 33 is not good. That's Freemason, and did Jesus die at 33?
Yep.
Yeah. There's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot involved with the 33. I like that. I like that stuff. I just don't like when it all starts to fit too closely together. Where you're like, oh man, that's a lot of puzzle pieces. Stop doing that. And it's the same thing. It's the same thing with noticing patterns at all. It's like, oh man, does it have to be? Please don't. And you go to click on the Wikipedia link. You're like, come on, just one time. Oh man, every time. And then it's just doesn't work.
I think majority of the ley lines in the world are around 33 degrees.
Yeah, that's another thing. Anyway, we could do a whole episode. I'm just saying, once you've done screwed everybody watching, they're like, what do they mean by this? I should Google 33. And then their whole TikTok feed is going to be nothing.
Everybody's in their journey somewhere.
Yeah. It's going to be people like us be like, there was 33 French fries in my French fry container this week. I'm going to die.
We could do a whole episode mashup video of the elites talking about going to In-N-Out Burger. You know about that?
No.
Oh yeah, all the satanic elites like Erica Kirk, Hillary Clinton.
Oh wait, is she in the satanic elite now?
Every time it's like the Pizzagate thing, but it's In-N-Out Burger. So they all talk about going to get In-N-Out Burger. Ellen DeGeneres.
Oh, I did see that when she's like, I just want my In-N-Out Burger shake, and I was like, who goes to? We don't really have those up here, but yeah,
we don't traffic children either here.
That's true. Well, I live close to Albany, so I don't know if I would put that past them.
Yeah, I was gonna say Mark Carney's probably got a dwelling of children. All right, I just got to stop. Allegedly.
Well, we got kicked off. Yeah. Anyway, look, everybody. I appreciate you all tuning in tonight. Hopefully, you had a good time. We cracked a ton of jokes. If you want to follow me, of course, all that stuff's in the chat. Alex's as well. John, where can people find you? Tell me about where they can find you.
You could find me at Jon Gentino, JonGentino on Instagram. I'm a funny guy. Yeah, and I had a great time talking here today. Thank you very much for having me.
Good, dude. I'm glad you can keep up with our nonsense. His tag is also in the description, the video description. So is all of ours. And then and again, I didn't throw the sponsor, but if you are super nerdy and you like playing D&D and you're just like, man, sure wish this was in the Victorian era, you can always go to Flintlock and Fog, our sponsor for tonight, and check out. Is this not going to show up? There we go. And go there and sign up for the newsletter. If you like D&D, like rolling dice, and you want to roll initiative that isn't going to threaten your life on the streets of Minneapolis, you can do it right here with Flintlock and Fog. Go there, sign up. Got a lot of fun things coming out there. That's where I've been spending all my time. Definitely not unworried about politics, and that's why I look so healthy. It's because you got to get out.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. No, I'm sorry.
I was just gonna give a quick plug for John too. John's a collecting, dealing salesman, savant phenomenon with cards. And John, while we're at it, dude, give a minute just to plug your water, dude. Come on.
Yeah, man. So I've been sober.
John, this is all we do this for. We don't do any. We don't even have a show if it's not for us to talk about ourselves. So
okay, cool. Yeah, not a problem. I mean, I could talk for 2 hours about it.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I won't do that. Long story short, anyone out there, if you've been suffering from a long-term chronic condition that, you know, you're just upping the dosage of medication, you can't really find any real answer for, you should try looking into electrolyzed water, which is just water that's been electrocuted. It's that simple. And I represent Kangen water, which is the only medical grade electrolysis device in the world. I attributed a lot of it to helping me stay sober, lose weight, all these things. DM me on Instagram, watch some of my videos if you're ever interested. That's it, basically.
Oh, dude, that's cool. I actually want to try some of that.
Check it out. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hit me up.
You might have an office near you. Probably. I know there's one in Queens or
that's not near me at all.
No.
That's way far away.
We'll all hang out someday.
Yeah, sure. No, I appreciate that. Thanks, John, for tuning in, guys. As always, like we were just talking about, get out there and do something different with your life. Don't pay attention to politics too hard. It doesn't do anybody good. Have you seen the conservative influencers out there losing their minds? Because their only paycheck is from Qatar. I was going to say something else. Qatar. It's always Qatar. And that's all they got. So they have to shift. They can't bob and weave. They can't stand on principles. They got to shift with the common thing that the people tell them. So go out there, touch grass, find you a hobby like flintlock or selling water that's going to help people feel better. Or get out there and help people with art shows. Do something that makes the world better, not just talk about politics all day. That's what you're going to get here at Pardonable Live. People making a difference in the world, not just ranting about things they don't know about. I mean, they do that too, but we also we do real things. And so that's where you're going to want to get your real information, guys. I hope you have a fantastic week. Go out there and build something. And as always, God bless. Yeah.
God bless.